Welcome to Sieve, the ideas of the smart, for the smart, and by the smart. I'm Bapiraju Nanduri and I'm a seeker. Sieve is a small token of gratitude, a guru dakshina, to the countless gurus who taught me invaluable lessons in my life and career. We will cover trends in technology like cloud, quantum, artificial intelligence, lessons in management, best kept secrets of career development, masterclass in leadership by the gurus, and many more. CV is also available on YouTube, Medium, and over half a dozen podcast platforms, including Spotify. In today's episode, let's talk about a very interesting topic. Are you in the middle of a terrible crisis in your project? Is your team stuck? Are you looking to figure out ways not only to resolve the crisis but also turn it into an opportunity? That's the topic for today. One thing became very clear to me after working on several projects in the last 20 years. It's common experience that projects enter crisis mode at least once in their lifetime. Also, some of the best leadership stories we get to hear are the turnaround ones. So, if you're finding yourself amidst the thickest of a project crisis, congratulations. Perhaps you're staring at a golden opportunity that possibly could become a memorable milestone in your career, a story that you would love to narrate for years to come. So, let's explore some practical tips and techniques on how to turn around a crisis into an opportunity. Let me share a story. This is a real story from my career. Some time ago, I was working on this prestigious software product. The first release was due in just a few weeks, and there was still a lot of work to be done. Features were not fully developed, testing was half done, documentation was not ready, and there were too many defects in the existing code base. Simply put, the project was in crisis, bold, italic, and underlined. That's when something, nothing short of a miracle, happened. We pulled it off. I still get goosebumps when I think of that experience. How did we do it? Well, first of all, we let everyone know that there is a problem. There was no denial or blame. While there was a lot of pressure from the customers, the leaders took all that pressure and did not pass it on to the teams. Instead, they showed the big picture to the teams and ensured everyone on the team understood the goal of the mission and why we were passionate about it. The executives stepped in and helped the team with tracking and prioritizing. They encouraged everyone to give their best. Those steps made all the difference. The fact that later the team received great recognition and rewards, the product went on to win several awards and received several accolades from the customers is a cherished memory. There were several lessons that we have learned from that experience. I have sharpened my experience by applying them to many other projects since then. I would like to share 5 such best practices, 5 keys to turn crisis into opportunity. Key 1. Be aware and be bold to accept. There are several signs way before any project runs into deep crisis. The team is perhaps unaware of the storm that is looming in. It is also possible that people are in denial mode when signs related to the crisis show up. Remember the first step in solving any problem? It is to realize and accept that the problem exists. You may have found issues in pockets, and perhaps there are others who found other issues as well. These issues by themselves may not trigger a crisis, but if all the pieces of the puzzle are put together, you take a step back and look at the big picture and evaluate facts and data, you might be able to recognize the crisis. So, be aware. Try and find patterns of the brewing trouble across the pockets of the project, and then be bold to accept and acknowledge it. Don't deny or blame others. Key 2. Manage the extremes of pressure. Be a leader and take the pressure head on. It is possible that you are privy to information that the teams aren't, and as a result, perhaps you are under extreme stress and pressure. Exposing your teams to the same is only going to yield adverse results. You're aware that productivity is directly proportional to the pressure, work or otherwise. Yes, agreed that the pressure to an extent improves productivity positively, but beyond a certain point, it impacts adversely. It is expected of leaders to manage extremes of pressure because of their experience and the maturity that comes along with it. But the same can't be expected from the team members. So, it is the leader's responsibility to gauge the right amount of pressure that the team can take on to be productive. Don't throw your teams from pan to fire. Key 3: Opportunity in adversity. A wise man once said, "In every adversity lies the seed of equal or greater opportunity." And history presents countless anecdotes on how true this is. Perhaps you may have a story from your own experience. The hope and optimism is the key. Not just the leaders, but most of the team should believe that this can be done. All communication should stress the need, the why part of it, and the way to get it done, the how part of it. In any crisis, it's very common that negativity spreads faster than the optimism. Weeds are automatic, but the crop isn't. It takes time and energy to take out the weeds in order to grow a healthy crop. So, leadership plays a key role in keeping the environment positive with hope and optimism. Key 4: Method to the madness. Chaos is the first thing you would see in any crisis. Why so though? The project is in crisis and everyone is trying, of course, with the right intentions to pitch in and help. People are pulled into different discussions, meetings, directions, and so on. The fastest way to recover from a crisis is to bring some method to the madness by applying some proven techniques. Emotions should give way to a logical recovery plan. It's important for the leadership to A. Communicate the plan clearly, and B. Get the buy-in from the teams on the direction and the approach. When everyone gets together to work as one team, they achieve splendid results. Key 5: Every bucket counts. You may have heard this story. Once a king wanted to celebrate his birthday grandly. He thought of collecting containers of milk. So he ordered people to contribute 1 bucket of milk each. Everyone thought since it's going to be a large covered container, it's okay if they slip in a bucket of water instead of milk without anyone noticing it. And predictably, the king was very unhappy to see the large containers of water instead of milk. Moral of the story is that every bucket counts. As leaders, it is your responsibility to ensure everyone in your team understands this. There you go. Acknowledge the crisis, manage the extremes of pressure, operate with hope, have a recovery plan, and make everyone count. That blueprint helped me many times to turn around crisis into great opportunities. And I have many wonderful memories from those situations. Hope you find these practical tips and techniques helpful. It would be great if you would like to share your success story too. We are listening. That brings us to the end of today's episode. You're listening to Sieve, the ideas of the smart, for the smart, and by the smart. There is an interesting lineup of topics on technology, careers, management, and leadership in 2021, exclusively curated for you. We know you're a busy person, so we cut the clutter, sieve the theory, and share with you the smart ideas that you can put to use right away. Sieve is purely driven by smart listeners like you, so feel free to tweet us your feedback at Sieve Forever. That is at SIEVEFOREVER. Sieve is available on YouTube, Medium, and over half a dozen podcast platforms, including Spotify. We know you want your friends to benefit from these ideas too. So please subscribe and share. Thank you for tuning in. Let's meet again in the next episode. Until then, take care. All the best.